Hello, hello. Can you hear me? Can you hear me singing? Can you hear me singing? Can you hear me calling you? Ah, very nice. Thank you very much. Ah, wonderful. So then I can go back to my regular FOV. Well, I think this one I have not enabled, do I? Oh, I do. So I will add timestamps as soon as possible to the video on demand if you watch this later. Hold on. Okay. Wonderful. So, wow, it's been quite a while. I already said it in the stream announcement video ever since I did anything with commands. But it's nice. It's very nice. It's called, like I just tweeted out, the PETifyer. So not the Pet-re-fier, but the PETifyer. It's about pets, Minecraft pets, dogs, cats, parrots, and yeah, well, not really pets, but for foxes, they can trust players, right? So it's about, let's say, if you would have an online server and would change it due to various reasons now to offline mode. There is an issue because the player UUID, also the player ID, is different depending on whether or not you're an online player or if you're an offline player. And that means the pets here, if they would belong to you usually, as long as you played online, they will not recognize you anymore. I'm a bit too quiet. What do the others say? Am I too quiet? Now I have to change maybe my settings again. Let me just check. Where is my microphone? Here it is. It's set on 100%. That's as loud as it can get. I can't get any louder. I was loud enough. I was just talking with my friends on Discord, and I was loud enough for them. Well, maybe can you like raise the volume for my voice? It's so odd because we already had that over on Discord, right? But everybody else can hear me just fine. That's why it's a little bit strange. Well, see, can you hear Minecraft noises? Let me see. Yeah. Well, anyway, I hope everyone can hear me well. Your singing was a bit quiet, Emo. It's good now. Okay, thank you. Hello, 91er. 100% volume, which is don't mess with it. Yeah, it's better to have a low voice than no voice at all, right? We had that issue already in some past. It sounds good. See, Spawny, I'm telling you, it's something on your end, for real now. If the others can hear me well. Anyway, so yeah, this is or will be a command block tool, a tool with which your pets can recognize you again if you happen to play on an offline server on which you have played online before. There are some cruel people, very cruel people, who say, well, why not just kill them all off and just spawn new ones or get new ones? But there are some, let's say, soft-hearted or crazy people like myself for whom, if they had a pet inside Minecraft survival, they are for them not just bits, bytes, pixels, but they have like memories, share memories with them, and they want to keep them, right? So, and it might be a little silly tool, but might be also interesting for some people who want to just learn a few commands. And we are inside this world also for a reason, because the way this tool works is quite similar to the gate generator I showed in, I don't know, when was the first version, 1.9, 1.10, something like that. Whenever these end gateway blocks came out. So what shall we start with? I would say we will look into this wolf here, or this dog, and we'll look at its data. So we can already see it here. And you can see, where is it? Somewhere is owner, UUID. Ah, it's totally at the beginning. Okay. You can see here owner, something with -12, -21, -15, and 19. So if I now get, oh sheesh, get my own, oops, get entity owner UUID. Hold on. Meri? Yeah, commands and me. It's been a while. So Meri has the following entity data, something with 80 and 82, etc. And if you look up here, so this dog does not belong to me, which means if I right-click it, I can't make it sit up, right? So now I'm getting spawn eggs, these here and these here. You look at them, you can see it says dog or wolf PETifyer, cat PETifyer, parrot PETifyer, and fox PETifyer. Place close to your, well, to your pet. So let's go over to that dog and test it. Place it close to the dog, but do not place it like directly inside the dog, or else the egg can vanish in some in some circumstances. Let's plop it here, and now you see I can make it stand up. So this is all there is to it. Well, the way I would see that on, even if it's survival vanilla servers usually, is you can only get these spawn eggs if you are usually it should be here. Okay, I haven't done it in this command block. I have to change it. So if you are in game mode creative, you will get the spawn egg. Of course, you can also change it if you trust your players, but otherwise just give them the spawn eggs and have them place them. I mean, the alternative would be that you would have potentially 4, many different players and many different pets, you would have to insert the direct command, which you can also get for those who prefer that method. But I like to be a little bit playful, and so why not give them the spawn egg? The spawn egg will be consumed. It's an Endermite spawn egg. So maybe you can see it if I... Yeah, you can see that little purple thing. So it's not much of use. I mean, of course, if they would be so naughty to apply it to a monster spawner, unfortunately, it doesn't overtake the specs this Endermite has, and they could spawn all those annoying Endermites, which, although if they are not named, would only live for 2,400 ticks, so for 2 minutes. So there's not that much gain, but it depends on your playing style and how you can trust your players, or if you can't. So let me read up chat. It's not really much of an issue if the pets don't recognize it, since they are usually used for display anyway. Not for me. I mean, some people like their cats because they can keep away creepers. Some like the dogs, for example, in some farms, if they can get essentially loot and XP for you. Real pets are also just a bunch of particles. Yeah, I mean, we are all just stardust, right? What happens to the Endermite? I hope nothing bad. The Endermite ceases to exist. I will show you the command in a bit, so you understand how this here works. What happened so far? Not much. Hello, Conjurer. I was just discussing that we are going over a command tool. I have to still create the machine for it. So basically the visuals similar here to this. This is the gate generator. Just so you see how it works. This is similar to this. Oh, hold on. I probably have not enabled the repeating. Yeah. Okay. Needs redstone. Always active. So. It's the same principle. So if I use here this Endermite Spawn Egg, which has name and gateway, you see, at the point where the Endermite is spawned, an end gateway. Yeah, I have problems with my with my mouse. I have to get a new one. So basically, you can make your own portals. It's an old tool. This is actually in 1.12 world. So that's how long I think I haven't done own commands anymore. Well, this is curious. In the old Minecraft, I could place that with ease. Now I have to apparently place it against here. Well, curious, but essentially this. And if you then go here through the portal, it will get you to a specific coordinate, which is in this case here above the beacon at 064.0. And the principle with the dogs and cats and parrots is essentially the same. You just place the PETifyer. So this dog already belongs to me. This dog doesn't. So let's place it here. In the vicinity, it's currently set to a radius of 2 blocks. So it's far enough from this dog, but close enough to this one. So I place it here. And you see now the dog belongs to me. The same goes for the parrots. Here this parrot can stand up. I will place it here. And now it can stand up and is on my shoulder. And whoop. No, no. So That's as easy as it gets. So now is the question. I would say, if you don't mind, should we build at first the case, basically the optics to these command blocks, the visuals, not optics, I'm not in the physics. Shift and place. You don't have to shift. As long as you plop the Endermite Spawn Egg directly in the vicinity of, here in this case, a dog, for example, and against a block, then it will work. Don't have to shift. You see, I'm hovering. I'm just hovering and not shifting. Poor Endermite. I wonder if this can be used by server owners to steal pet ownership. If you want to call it stealing, then you can, of course. And yes, they can. That was actually a discussion I had recently with a Minecraft buddy in my YouTube comments. He put a lot of effort into rescuing the pets of server members who, who are not on the server anymore, who stop playing. And it's quite a problem to move pets who don't belong to you. You have to use something like, for example, waterways, or like really cumbersomely somehow push them, as you can see here. So if you have like pets and are soft-hearted like me and not just want to kill them off and instead, I don't know, give them towards somebody else, of course, you can also change the commands inside the command box in that way that you would give it to, or you can, let me put it differently, you can of course also just take the commands themselves and give it to the UUID or a player name of your choosing. So you don't have to give people the spawn eggs. It really depends on how much of trust you have towards the players. As I said, in survival, those spawn eggs get consumed. And trust and how playful you want it to be, or how many players there are. Now imagine you have a server with 10 or 20 people, and they all have like 5 to 10 dogs, parrots, cats, I don't know. This could become quite a lot of work. You can do that, of course, if you prefer doing so. I will also give you the simple manual commands that you can just insert inside, in-game in the chat, or you give them the opportunity to get the eggs. I think that was for placing against and gate. Yeah, okay. Oh, I see. Shift and place. I can test that. That's a good idea. Bonk. So it's gone, and now I shift. No. Nope. I'm shifting. I cannot place. Not against the end gateway. They have changed the end gateway block a few times. So if you stand inside it, for example, it doesn't render anymore, etc. I don't know. I had so many. Let's go in. Okay, I can't stand in there. I would have to remove the teleport teleport command in there. Anyway, my point is that it worked differently before they changed those blocks, and shift place also doesn't work. So if you have like a weird looking shape like that, you would have to just use some actual blocks to place them against too. Yeah, but that's the gate generator. I mean, I don't know if I will update it to new Minecraft now that we have different teleport commands like in the nether, etc. maybe I will. We'll see. Just need to spray some compressed air under the mouse button and it should be fine. Compressed air. I will look for it. My problem is that I currently double click very often, although I don't want to. So it's a little bit annoying. So what do you say? Do you want to see the commands first, or are we building the visuals? The case first. I would be for case. But if you want to see the commands first, compressed air fixed. Double clicks for me. Okay, I will test that. So, as for the case. Hello, Alrik. Oh, that's nice to see you. It's been a while. So all of my, yeah, you can say all of my command tools have always been somehow built with quartz. By now you can see the age of this thing, because usually I would have chosen smooth quartz, but at that point in time when I created this tool there were no smooth quartz stairs, so that's how old it is. So I would build a tool for this PETifyer, also with quartz. Let's see. Before I take the command blocks, let's just go over here. Well, I think the principle is clear, right? Like I said, I will show the commands later also for people who want to change something inside of them, or to basically explain what it does, so they can change it accordingly. The way I usually go about building a case of sorts for my command block tools is I will need 4 repeating command blocks and 4 regular impulse command blocks for the pets. Then I will need 1 command block, a regular impulse command block that is for like some sort of success message. It's being installed basically. And I will need another command block that you can't see here yet, because we will do that together. So for those people who don't know how to do it yet, which will be the delete command block. Curiously, I have not a delete command block on this one, because this is one of the few generators or tools you would have usually the whole time in your world, if you want to play with cheats, of course. So I know some server owners use it so people can just basically teleport somewhere. I could by now, if I think of it, I could add, I still got space here in this footprint here. I could add 1 more command block. Then I would probably add an execute if button at this relative coordinate to that command block is powered. Then execute the fill air command. So basically that would be then my delete, I think, solution. But that's, like I said, that's another thing. So now that I know I will have 10 command blocks, 4 of them being repeating command blocks, where you don't necessarily have to get to. and only have access to basically those 4 related to giving the spawn eggs, and the delete command block means I have to give access to 5 command blocks with a button. Why are you not using datapacks? Are you doing one command creations or structure block structures? Both. Um, I had to laugh now because I don't know if he's currently online, but I have a datapack addict. I call it addict, who all said, "Why aren't you doing that with datapacks?" And I'm like, that's like shooting sparrows with cannonballs. Like, this is so small, this is so simple, you don't need a data pack. I want also people to be able to summon this who have operator rights, but also not maybe other rights, which, for example, not access to files or the likes. To server files, I'm thinking, for example, Java realms. As far as I know, you don't have access to all to the server itself, right? Like the folders. And also, even if you trust people enough to give them operator rights, you probably or shouldn't trust them in giving them access to server folders or something along those lines. I mean, I will offer, or I want to offer this tool both as, well, they call it one command. I call it one click command. I can show it here. I prepared that for you. So this is the command of the farm counter by Panda and Senkan that I happen to to maintain basically. All you have to do is to get a command block, plop it down towards positive X east, and you can power it, of course. Normally, if you can add a button here or just quickly like a torch or a redstone block, but it also suffices if you set it from needs redstone to always active, click done, plonk, and there it is. So basically, this tool here is a one-click command. It's a stacked command. Several commands are executed, so this thing here is built. And the tool that we want to build now is much smaller. It's much smaller than that. So using a data pack, I mean, it depends on your philosophy. We personally like as many people as possible to have to be able to use a command basically. And I don't know how it looks like with Java realms, access to server files, etc. So I like to have a stack command, but as you can see here, also with my old gate generator, LD portal 001, I will also offer a structure block. We will also, after we have built this tool, we will also make a structure block file for those people who don't know it yet. How to do so? Yeah, we are going to make both. I will also offer a world download. I will not offer this world. I will do it in probably a void world with barrier blocks as floor, or again a quartz world. We'll see. So, like I just said, we have 10 command blocks that we need to have inside the tool, inside the casing. 4 of them are repeating command blocks, don't have to be accessed necessarily, and 4 of them are the spawn egg giver command blocks, so they have to be accessible somehow with a button click. And 1 command block is the delete command block, and yeah, I think that should be accessible as well. Hello, you're the one who thinks they are normal. So how we go about it? I don't take the command blocks, because when I place down the command blocks and try to place a block against them, I always have to shift place, and I don't feel like it. That's not how I want to do that. So what I will do is I will instead get me here the purple concrete for the repeating command blocks, the orange concrete for the impulse, the regular command blocks, and then we have a kill, delete block. I think I'm taking black, not red, because just in case some people, especially males, are looking who are of the 8 to 10% who are red-green blind or red-green channel affected, so you can differentiate between them well. And I will have one special command block also. I hope that which do I take? Sign. Let's take white. The white one will be for the command block, which will be basically stating that the generator has been successfully built. Knew you a long time ago, but just found your channel. Cool, you've been doing videos for so long. Oh yeah, with lots of breaks in between. I think my longest was 1.5 years or something. So on and off, but currently I'm doing well, like each 2 to 3 weeks, I would say. Yeah, so I try to by now to have at least something for once a month. Ups and downs. Hope you've been doing well. How did you know me? You knew you a long time ago, so you watched my old content from 2013 or something, or so. Now that I know I have 10 command blocks, so we can go about that differently. I could build it like so, and have like something like that, or I could build it like that. We don't know yet if there will be more pets coming to Minecraft, so I would like to have it being modular as possible, and that's why I think it would be better to lay them flat. So I will just make a line here. Those are the 4 repeating command blocks. And I could make it like so. But we also need these 2 special ones. So I would rather say, let's do it like so. Yeah. Okay, so I would say the deletion block would be at the back, and these orange future command blocks would be those that get with a button that you can basically get your spawn eggs. I prepared a little bit. I thought I had a chest here that wondrously vanished. That is a little bit strange. Hold on. Because I'm quite certain I had some... Nope, also not in here. Okay, then we have to take other heads. Basically, I thought I prepared a chest, but maybe it's in another world. a chest with custom heads. I looked up for cats and parrots and dog and fox. So we'll just take instead skeleton head, creeper, player, or something along those lines. Frozen. So this would be the roundabout rough optic, I think. Let's look for quartz stuff. Smooth quartz block. Let's take also chiseled. And this one. And smooth quartz stairs. I don't think I will be taking the quartz pillar. Let's search for buttons. I think I will take a red acacia button for the kill delete thing. Oh my goodness, Runecraft with Citri. Oh my goodness, you have no idea. I'm like whining about Runecraft towards my Minecraft friends so often. I absolutely love that time. I absolutely love Runecraft. I would love to still play it. And I just got no time. But Runecraft was really so great. I love it. And that was 2011, right? 2011 on. I've played Runecraft on. See, I just smashed the button. Give it to me. 2012 as well, yeah. I played with a friend, started playing Runecraft in 2011. Must have been April, May or so. It's one of the oldest, I think it's the second oldest plugin mod after the other mod. Can it be? So I would have like so, I guess. And the others. So usually what I like to do is I use here these stairs. That's right. So, and above there could be maybe slabs. So it doesn't have to look really, really wonderful and good. And you could have it like so. Doesn't have to look very good in the end. Because here would be basically the kill, the delete button. Or maybe also here I want to keep the footprint always as small as possible. See? And I again double clicked this mouse. What are you developing? Hello, Nuke. I call it the PETifyer. Oh yeah, I was about to explain something. I forgot that. So basically in Minecraft we have dogs, cats, parrots that have an owner tag. For foxes it would be trusted. And there are people who abandon online servers or server owners who switch, for example, one moment please, I'm drinking a sip of water. Do I get it right here? Okay, hold on. So, and some server owners switch from online to offline mode on a world that has been played before. So they don't restart, but they just want to switch to offline mode. For example, due to Minecraft chat reporting, we have the issue now that Mojang accounts, which can't be interacted with in the social screen, so they cannot play online anymore. So I had also some requests from server owners who switched to offline. How can you basically transfer the pets as well as transfer the player inventory in Ender chest, because as player you have a different player ID depending on whether or not you are online or offline. And I'm basically showing this. There will also be a video about how to transfer the inventory, but we're doing the pets first. And I prepared the commands here, except one, the deletion command block. And at first, before I show the commands itself, we built a little. Well, it shouldn't be ugly. It shouldn't also be super good looking, but just did it. Yeah, that we have some sort of base, and I don't know if I will take this. For that, we will have to be careful what I smash here. We will now take the actual command blocks and put them in so we can test it also. Horses also have an owner, but it doesn't really affect anything. Exactly. I also have thought, yeah, what about villages? You don't want to say you own them, but you have like special prizes with them maybe. But I wanted to, for various reasons, I wanted to keep it as small as possible and just really where it actually affects something, because you rightfully said with horses anyone can ride them, right? So it doesn't matter if the actual one who tamed them somebody else, right? So when you're done, this will be able to access a player. Player's inventory while they're offline. No. This tool here is the PETifyer. This is only to change ownership or to add trusted player UUIDs to an offline player, basically. This has nothing to do with inventory. Player inventory, and Ender chest transfer to offline is a different video I will make, but it won't be a tutorial like this one. It will be just a release video of how to do it, like not a live stream, different tutorial video. This is just so because the player UUID is different from online to offline. When you play it on a server and your pets don't recognize you anymore if the server is now offline, because your UUID changes, so you can basically get access to your pets again so that they recognize you. So this basically modifies the owner, the prior owner, which also was you, but the online you, to the offline you. It's nothing like a few zombie infected Q rounds can remedy anyway. Yeah, it's cruel. I once saw it Panda doing, and it was like, I find this so cruel. I mean, who comes up with such things, right? Mojang does so many save the animals, and I don't know, but if it's about villages, they are totally cruel. They don't care. Can pets have multiple owner UIDs, or are you switching the UID depending on which player is nearest looking at the pet? Owner can only be currently one single player. trusted can be several ones. So the command for the foxes will be different. We can have a look. We'll click again at the data. Hold on. Data, get, entity. Oh, I can't see you. Okay. At e type equals fox limited to 1, or it will say it can't find it. I'll just quickly distance of at maximum 2 blocks should work. What problem do you have here? This is a little bit curious. Is my squiggly thing not correct? Oh, hold on. No, it's equal. Oh my goodness, here you're right. So distance to, I usually also add here, thank you, sort equals nearest. I swear, if I do this alone, I'm not such a noob, even though it's long ago, but I'm just really, how do you say, aside from feeling awkward and shy, I'm really nervous. So that's it. Okay, so the fox, let's look into, I think it was towards the end. Yeah, here, towards the end, it says trusted, and it just got an empty square brackets. So it currently trusts no one. And so the foxes don't have an owner tag, they have trusted. And unlike the owner ones, they can have several players they trust. We will see that in action later. I will invite another player into this world safe via open to LAN, and then you can test this. So, oh my goodness, equals and whatnot. Yeah, so let's take, as you can see, I'm online with Optifine, so I can have this wonderful sky here. And then we need also dog, cat, and yeah, the fox. So the repeating command blocks, let's put them into this direction, upwards. Ah. And the regular, I knew I would smash it. I knew I would smash it. Oh my god, I hate my mouse. Let's see if I can not smash. Okay. So hold on. So second mob here, the parrot. So these are all on. Always active. Always active. Okay. It's not friendly for learners. Old syntax. At e type equals, yeah. Or there was R for radius. I only do sort nearest limit 1 and type. Or no sort nearest, so I'm sure there is only one of the entity. Yeah, I mean, it's for me, I thought you might have several dogs, for example, and so you want to be as closest, of course, to the dog you want to claim ownership to. And because of the for beginners, basically, I think it's better if you have several of such tags in it, so they know what they are doing, or they don't accidentally claim another pet or their likes. Was like 4 consecutive updates messing with it. Now it's done. I'd argue it only took so long because of how bad the original was. It has changed a lot. I'm not completely up to date yet with commands. So let's see, for the success command block, I will show you. I will just plop it down. It's already set to active, always active, so that it doesn't require redstone. Plonk. PETifyer successfully generated. Enjoy, Meri. So actually, I would also like to have a I would like to have a so before I continue here, so this message will appear if you would summon it with a one-click command, as well as with a structure block file, because the command block is already set to always active. As soon as it's laid down, it gets activated, basically. Like how to separate execute as and add. I think that's amazing. Oh my goodness. I still confuse stuff in that regard, and for me it was like in especially in the beginning when I when I started to try to learn commands again, I was like, oh my god, it was so much easier back in 1.8 and 1.9. As and out. Yeah, we had to use loads of workarounds back in the day, right? So let's test here if those are working. Yeah, I'm getting spawn eggs. Oh, you see, I have now 2 of each, so the spawn egg giving is working. Let's now use again these here. This one I don't have to. Actually, I think I could protrude it for one. But before we go to the heads, right? Now we have to let's take notch. It will be self-explainable in a bit. And a hold on, dragon head, a zombie head, and creeper. Because they will simplify the older commands, mixed up multiple aspects. Yeah. The problem, oh yeah, I have to tell you, I'm currently here in 1.16.5 intentionally, because the commands I'm using, they are only possible starting with 1.16. For older Minecraft, you'd have to insert it rather manually, and yeah, that's a little bit of an issue. But if you play 1.16 and beyond, this tool should work. I will of course also test it in 1.19, but to my knowledge, nothing has changed. So let's assume Notch would be a dog, the dragon head would be a cat, the zombie is a parrot, and the creeper is a fox. So basically, I would have here then those according heads of dog, cat, parrot, and fox here on top. And I have to have a delete command block here, which would be a regular unpowered impulse command block. Any particularly you're not on 119 when the commands are the same, to make sure that it really works on 116. Because the command should work starting with 116. I mean, I also have proven that it does. I just wanted to make it sure. Didn't quite figure out Redstone. Why do the buttons only activate one block and not multiple of them next to each other? You mean this Redstone? That's because I use a block in between. Let me show you as an example. So this one has NBT, I don't know which one, and this one has also NBT. So let's say I plop down this, and okay, this one is wrong, this one is bad because it's already active. Let's take a cat. Is it a cat thing? Cat. We have the cat. So let's say we have here, this one is dog and this one is cat. And can also, let's just take it like so. So I will plop the button here. And now, as you can see, it gave me both dog and cat. So it gave me both eggs, and we don't want that, of course, right? So to show it a little bit better, let's take the eggs down here. Cat, dog, parrot, and fox. So I will activate the button again. Bonk. As you can see, from 3 to 4, I got both a dog and a cat. So we don't want that, obviously. And let's see, I have to aim carefully. Oh my, see, again double click and I smashed something. So if I plop a block here before, as you could see, I now have only gotten a dog egg. So that's how you can mitigate the that you get both, like quasi connectivity. Like I misread PETifyer as PetRifyer. That's intentional. I derived the word from the Gloria Gaynor song "I Will Survive." First, I was afraid I was petrified, and you know there is, I don't know, maybe it's because I'm not native English, but if you end a word with "-fire", it's like a maker of something. And so I said, okay, so that's the pet maker basically, and I call it the PETifyer. So it's just a little bit a mix of, because you know I'm very audiophile, mixture between Pet-re-fier and yeah, just a pet maker, you can say. So this is Which one does they both have? NBT. Let's take a normal one. Makes sense. Learn weak versus strong powering. Basically, yes. So, let's assume I'm sure this will not be the last thing. I could see myself for example, I could add here, for example, let's go over there and do it. I could add my own herd here, and also a sign, not an oak sign, probably birch, we'll see, and would have a right clickable sign. Well, not with my copyright of sorts, but it would link then to the timestamp of this video where I will make the tutorial then about it, basically. Or maybe I will make a completely new tutorial for it, because it's a little bit cumbersome to maybe get always to the timestamp, and I'm blubbering now a lot because I'm talking to you. And yeah, a quick tutorial is more concise, I guess. You don't know AI the pets, or do you? I thought it was a Pet-re-fier. No. That's why I said in the beginning it's not a Pet-re-fier. The Endermite is petrified, is nowhere-eyed, although technically you don't need it, but we'll see that in a bit with the commands. The system fixes pet ownership when server UUID gets reset. Server UUIDs. I'm not so familiar with servers, to be honest, so I don't know why you say server UUIDs. You mean when they change from online to offline, the player UUIDs? I will provide everyone also with a couple of helpful websites, also how you can hypothetically get your player UIDs also offline, etc. Sounds like Pet-re-fier, that which causes to become a pet again. That is very well said. I like that. So yeah, this is not the final form. I think I would instead of a quartz block, I would of course take a lapis block, right? Hello, Heinz. Haha, Heinz. So I would probably take here a lapis block, and hello, and here a clickable sign that would then link to the tutorial video, which won't be this video. So now we have to add as final measure a command block that will delete everything. But before we do so, let's take actually the button up here. Let's show you how to make a structure block file. Thank you, welcome, hello. If you're really afraid of the accented double click, you could do set block tap. Yeah. So the way I'm going about, we can just simply take here the purple, and usually I take blue and yellow, but we can take here the orange and purple. If you want to make it really easy, we can simply count the blocks in a bit, but I will borrow here this structure block. So the way this works is structure block has different states. Currently you see here is data. Then if you click here, we have now the save mode. Now we have the load mode, and this is corner. We will need corner because at first you have to specify the corners. I don't know if you ever played with World Edit plugin, but my accent, it depends what I was talking before. I had British English at school. I occasionally talk French, Italian. Currently I don't talk much in English, which is why maybe my native language, I grew up with German majorly, also a little bit of Italian and French, but it depends. Some people say I sound French, some people say I sound Japanese, others can hear that I'm German. It really depends. So we have to now specify from where to where does our build here go. One thing that I messed up myself in the beginning is I saw these tiny buttons here and I thought, well, it kind of stops here, right? Nope, but it doesn't stop here. But actually the buttons here are seen basically as full block in that regard. So we have to go until, so they go until here. And we have to plop the structure block. Where are you? Here. One further out, or else it will not get the buttons. This is a little bit confusing. Oh my goodness. Confusing in the beginning. But you have to place the structure block file here. I think that's how it is. We'll see it in a bit. We have to go into corner mode, and I don't know about the structure name yet, if I will call it the PETifyer. Let's just call it PETify. Let's make it a little bit shorter. I will show it then in the tutorial video, its final name. So we have now one corner. Now we have to go to the diagonal side and do the same, but now in the upper range. So here also people could think, well, this is just a half block, but it's also counted here then as a full block, basically up to this height. So with the, we have not, the button currently is not protruding here, or else we would again go to this level with the structure block. But as we have it upwards, we can simply take also this block here, this line, as final block, and the structure block should be correct here. We will test it in a bit because we can see it. Hold on. So, you ever use the debug stick? Yeah. I do use it for my bonus concept. But depends. If I want to showcase something or to make it beginner friendly, I usually don't. So it is important that both corner structure blocks have the same name. So in this case, it's PETify. And hold on, I'll just get a sip of water. I'm talking so little in real life. I instead enter the size and position into the structure block because I'm too lazy to place a corner block. Yeah, but I think for beginners this is really good to know, also just to get because I personally, like I said, I had problems. When were they introduced? 1.9 alongside the new command blocks, or 1.10. In any case, in the beginning, I always forgot the buttons if they protruded. Yeah, also the sign is then taken here as that it would go until this block here. I put an extreme knockback enchantment on it. So let's plop down a structure block again to save this little rascal. But before we do so we go to save mode. But we want to check if the corner structure blocks we set in are in the correct position, if it really encompasses the whole build. So we go here to detect structure size and position. God, yeah. See? You have to insert, of course, the same structure name as you have the corners. We go again to detect. Okay, this is a little bit hard to see because I usually don't build this on quartz, you know. We will set the time a little bit darker. Now you can see it, right? So now we can see, oh, that it's a little bit too large. Here we can go with this corner thing, one to the right. Are we clear here? Yes, this is correct. And this also is correct. So I made something wrong here, but it's good that I did. Let's smash this one. And let's call this again a corner block. Structure name PETifyer. Done. Now I go back to the save structure block and go again onto detect. So, and you see it whooped one block shorter, and this is the actual size. Again, keep in mind this will look differently when it's released. But yeah, I will make just a new tutorial. So we have a structure size of 7 to 5 in a relative position of -3, 0, 1. So -3, 0, 1 we keep in mind. We will now at first save it, and you get here the output structure saved as Minecraft PETifyer. So if you want to call this into your world, you just take a structure block. Let's say, let's go here. And I just told you to keep in mind the -301. I will show you why. Because I go now into load mode, and I will enter the structure name PETifyer. And if I click just once on load, you see here's the structure, but it automatically has a relative position to that structure block file of 0, 1, 0. And in order that you get it basically at the bottom of the floor, you could just overtake here the relative position, -3, 0, and 1. And you can also see here the success message of the success command block that I integrated. So it gets basically summoned perfectly. Now we have to create still the delete button. I wanted to save the structure before I maybe accidentally deleted and have to build it again. So I punch away here this one, and we have to work with this command block. This is still empty. And you can basically then delete the structure if you then hit this button. Oh yeah. Oh no, I've never been on Jasper's server, but I remember him. Extremely great command blocker. 1000 attack damage. So, how do we make a delete button for a structure? We have to know the size of the structure, which we already do, and also the direction relative to this command block. So this command block, what I like to do is, if you are unsure, because I know some people who have, a friend of mine, I can say so, has issues with low numbers. So what I do usually is if you are unsure, you can do it like so, and you know, okay, that's 3 blocks into this direction relative from this future delete command block, and it is also, let's do it like so, also 3 blocks into the opposite direction from this future delete command block. Then we have into this direction, we have 1 block, 2 blocks, and because this is protruding, hold on, this is protruding, we have also a, yeah, 1 into this direction, right? So all that is then left is this direction, the opposite direction, which is just 1 block. However, we also have these slabs, which means, we have 1 relative to the command block upwards. Now we have to look at the coordinates. So this is towards -z, and this is towards -x. So we got towards -x 3, towards +x also 3, always seen relative here from the command block. We have towards -z also 3, and we have towards +z 1, plus we have a height from 2. So far so good, right? So now I need to note it down. Okay, -z, -x. -z, so the way I do it is, at first I won't write it now as relative coordinate, but as if it were real coordinates, not relative, but absolute. So we have towards -z, I'll show it like this. Usually you would, the way you get deletion is you fill a certain area which is described by those 2 corner structure blocks with air. And that's the whole deletion part, basically. In order to do so, you have to have the first coordinates, x, y, z, and then enter another second x, y, z, and then you add here, basically fill this with air. I will show you this. And we have to add then tildes for the relative coordinates. But to make it easier, I will just do it like that. Yeah, there is tab autocomplete. But yeah, as you said, absolute coordinates. And even if it would do relative coordinates, I want people to understand it so they can also adjust it to the needs then for other things. So we have said that towards negative z, that's the direction I'm facing right now, it is 3 blocks, right? And as it is negative z, we'll call it -3. Then towards positive z is only 1 block. That's the one here that is closest to me here, the orange one. So relatively seen from the command block, it is 1 here in the z coordinate. In the x, we have towards positive as well as negative x, we have 3. So we have, for one, the -3, because towards negative x, and the, yeah, basically +3, but you don't need the plus. So this is basically the x and the z coordinates. It should be. The command block itself is resting on the base level. So there is no block below it that has to be deleted, because below it is already the floor. So seen from the command block, usually you don't have to insert it. I will do it now for the beginners. Here is a 0. And we have only 1 block up. So this is +1. I add just 1. And now I have to make these coordinates relative, because otherwise you would fill the region that would be absolute coordinates. It would look basically to delete blocks at the coordinates -3, 0, 1 up to 3, 1, 3. And that's not where our blocks are that have to be deleted. That's why I can make it relative to the command block, which executes this command if you smash the button by adding these tildes. So. And we don't have to have the 0 here. So if it's a 0, you can simply delete the number. So now I will take this and let's see if it's correct. So fill this area with what? And I'm inserting air. Needs redstone, I will leave that. Say done. And now I will just take here. So obviously, I will save it now as is with all these this mess of blocks, although that's not how the whole thing will look like in the end. But I will just override it. So, and now I will load the same structure because it has the deletion button, and let's see if it works now. Yeah, I could just simply copy the command, but you know, for showcase purposes, I will just do it as is. Let's see if I didn't mess up. It worked, yay! And all that's left is the button. So that's how you can make a deletion button. I like to do that in general on my command-based tools, except this one so far, because this one is something that is everlasting in your world. Usually if you want to teleport around, of course you need it. While this one is something you would, as an exception, even if you're like a strictly vanilla server, but say, okay, what gives before I have an operator, have to assign like, I don't know, 100 pets or more to different players, I can just use this tool for just a short amount of time, like one day all players are online and just get their pets. Of course, you have to keep in mind others could steal your pets. So you have to have really trust in those players, that they don't do any bogus things. And if you can't trust your players, then you shouldn't have offline mode activated in the first place of your server. In my oh, why was there a message retracted? I haven't seen it. Huh. Will it be shown in the replay afterwards? Thank you, moderator, if you did it. The upper corner can be done by placing a block, then breaking. The lower corner needs to be adjusted, or you break a block. Yeah. So whoever deleted that message, if it was something not nice, thank you. I had, for my streams, I had subscriber only before. That was not to get more subscribers. I don't care for the amount of my subscribers, but it was just so that people who want to just join to spam, basically, they can't, because if I say you have to be subscribed for 1 or 2 days before, people can't just simply join. But usually I only have like 10 viewers or so at maximum to my live stream, so I didn't think I have to have it enabled. But okay. So anyway, this is working, and yeah, I will make a tutorial when I got it finished in the form it should be. And before I show you the commands, I will invite... Oh my goodness. No. I will invite another player, but time set. So now you see a little bit better. I will get another player in here. Tip, 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 tip. The downside is that they are entities, but not super leggy. Do you actually use these heads? When it's done, maybe you can't use pet skins because it won't work for anyone, but you can instead place invulnerable item frames. No, I will use, actually, they are safe to use, also for offline. I will test it though. I will use actual pet hats. Like I will use a head of a fox, dog, cat, and parrot. So now I have to, before we do that, have to open Tulan to get the other one in. Hello, Nudge. How do you do? Hey. So we have our little fake Nudge here. The deleted message wasn't mean, rather funny, but could be interpreted as mean. It was in German. Oh. I mean, just say what it was. I try to not feel offended. I mean, you know, it's like the internet. People can say whatever they like. If people would have to dog join the game, exactly, because because Notch is dog. So I don't mind if people say whatever they want towards me. If they would have to do so in real life, that would be a completely different story, and then I know that. No biggie. So, I have this this dog here that obeys me, right? So I will now get Notch and steal my dog. So the way this command works is that it will take the nearest player. So if you have somebody else here, it should be you who is closest to the dog. So there are various ways how you can make this command. I want to make it as friendly towards beginners as possible. We'll see it in a minute. If you are familiar with commands, of course, you can change them to your liking. So now Notch will place down here this dog PETifyer egg. Plonk. And now, let's see. Yeah, now the ownership has changed to Notch. And yeah, that's all there is to it. What we can do now is Notch stole my dog. Yeah. Why? Now I saw it. Ulrich's message was wow. Why was this retracted? Who does that? Do I have something like an auto mod here? Who does the what in the nether participants? Who is on here? Ah, it was not me. So whoever killed Ulrich's message, it was not me. I have to look into YouTube streaming later if there is something like a auto mod, because I have not activated it, I swear. Or did you delete your own message, Ulrich? Weird. Anyway, Notch stole my dog, so I took revenge. Yeah, the problem is I can't make clickbait titles. Oh, hold on. The author deleted. I did not delete it. I have both my hands here on Minecraft, Spawny. And now your message also got. What did you enter as message? I mean, if you would write it again. I will retract that. Yeah, it does show message retracted. No, the author of the comment. Ah, right, okay. Weird. Okay. Anyway, what I will do now is I will summon a fox in here. And we'll get again the data of this little rascal. And as you saw before, down here it's like the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5th line from above to the far right. It says trusted and square brackets, which are empty. So it doesn't trust anyone yet, right? So now I will plop the fox PETifyer. Message deleted by non-answer. Oh, what was I saying about clickbait? Yeah, I can't do that. I feel so bad if I would do that, and I'm so bad at it. So I'm on a Discord server with just a few buddies and friends, really, just few people. And whenever I search titles for my Microsoft related videos, I'm like, how can I make people aware of this issue? And how can I make a title that is kind of clickbaity, but not really like awfully clickbaity, because I'm so bad at it. And then they make like examples, and I'm like, oh my god, guys, I can't write that. That's not possible. Everything inside me hurts if I were to use really super clickbait titles. That's just not my style. I think I did it a real clickbait title just once with a llama. One uses for llamas, just a single one. And that was actually a kind of a commemorative video for a singer I really liked who died. And I used his music in the video in order to try to get a little bit of money, because I knew it would be claimed by Content ID, and he died poor, so in debt, and that was the only time I was making a somewhat clickbait title and thumbnail. You can purposefully overdo clickbait titles so people instantly know that it sounds dumb. Yeah, that's like, yeah, that's what I did with the yeah, with the one single uses for llamas. Maybe try adding some clickbait arrows to your thumbnail. That's also such a thing. I really don't want to do that if it's not really possible needed. For foxes, you can just use more sweet berries as petifiers. That is true, but I mean, if people want to use it with eggs, they can do it. It's just for, you know, completion purposes. They can, of course, for foxes, as they can have several trusted people, it just appends the list of trusted. I will show that in a bit. So I'll plop here the fox PETifyer egg and delete. Hold on. And we'll go here, enter the same command. And now you can see here trusted. And in the trusted square brackets is now, oh, because I double clicked currently, my player UUID is here twice in here, but it will fix itself in a bit. Yeah, my mouse. Add emojis. Yeah, but you told me that emojis are not good for the YouTube algorithm. Like, what gives? So now we are going to get Notch in here. Come on, darling. Where are you, my darling? Come on here, come on here. Yeah, here you are. Whoop. So now Notch will place the fox PETifyer. Pluck. Yeah, and I will then again check here data get entity of that fox. And now I have in the trusted, I have my UID, which starts with 8082, and Notch, well, fake Notch, offline. This is an offline account. UUID, which starts with -12, -21. So you can see now the fox trusts both. So that's really easy. So we have seen how to make a structure block file, how to get the structure into the world. I still have to make the stacked command. I showed how to do that with the stack command. I will just do that again, I think. Yeah, this is the right one. So the deletion button is of course also here. Before I plop a new one, I will poof, remove it. So again, if you have a command block, get a command block. I will give you also the command if you don't know it. And all you have to do is to insert, copy and insert the stacked command. Very long command is that. And then instead of needs redstone, you go to always active. Do not make it a repeating command block. Oh my god, never make it a repeating command block. And click done and plop. That's how you can summon a stacked command tool thingy, or doesn't have to be a tool, can also be a building, of course, into your world. So, and the same you will then be able to do with this little tool, however it will look like in the end. Now I want to make a repeating command block. I mean, if you make a new world for it, go for it. It depends also on the command, but if you have something like exploding TNT and such, it could be a little bit problematic. Does the quartz texture appear shifted half a block to anyone else too? You mean this here? make the chain command block. This is guaranteed to not cause any issues after the structure is done. To do with repeating command block is to do a summon lightning command and spam it. Oh, you don't have to do it. Yeah, I mean, you can assign it to a certain item. So you can also summon the lightning command without having to resort to TNT. What are you using TNT? I use TNT for nothing. That's just Panda and the other guys. Panda and Senkan in specific. So I would say we are going to get over the commands. I don't think I need good old notch anymore. Right? So thank you very much for your help. It was nice having you, myself. Bye bye bye. Bye Meri. Meri, bye bye. And floop. And it's gone. Make a repeating that kills all TNT in a radius. You can just genau, I just want to say exactly. So that's something I also did, like a TNT entity. I killed that in an old world save of Cube Hamster's TNT factory farm, because it was broken in the version I used it, but I had to use it because only there the camera mod I had was working. And ignited creeper and fireball, exactly. Everything that is wreaking havoc. I mean, I could just simply set the game rule then. Yeah, as for the commands, let's have a look into OBS to enable preview for that. And where is my item? So it should show. I thought it would show. Hold on. Have to wait until the video updates to see if it recognizes it. Show me item, come on. Item X, where is it? Okay, it points towards here. There we go. There we have it. Do command block minecarts drop themselves? No. When you do what? Just turn off mob griefing. Exactly, that's what I meant with game rule, and also no fire spread, etc. So, this is actually the command of the end gateway of the Endermite that is summoned. And to explain it to you, I have a spawn egg with an Endermite. And I'm executing at an entity which is of the type an Endermite that has a specific tag, a specific assigned tagging word, which is end gateway. And then I run a command which is set block, so set a specific block relative to where the Endermite will be spawned. Here we got here the 3 tildes, so 0, 0, 0, basically exactly where the Endermite will be spawned. Set an end gateway. You can ignore the age. This is just a workaround for a bug that is still not fixed. I think it's a bug, it's not closed yet. Is each, I think, 2 minutes there's like this beam going off an end gateway, and I can sort of fix it by setting the age to a minus value, so it doesn't always fire up this this beam. And yeah, and then you have the exit portal, exact teleport. This is basically the coordinates they are set to. And if we now compare it with the dog PETifyer Endermite, you can see here I'm executing at, again, an entity which is an Endermite. It has a tag PETify dog, and here I say run the command data modify entity. So modify the data of a specific entity. And what is the entity? The entity is a wolf. I have inserted here distance of at maximum 2. Basically, you have to think of this goes from 0 to 2. So basically, where the Endermite is in this radius from 0 to 2 blocks, but you can leave off the 0 here. The nearest dog in that distance of 2, because it might be that you have very close 2 dogs sitting there, but you might only want to petify one of them, or you already have petified the other one. So just to be sure, of course, you can also change here the distance to your liking if this is too much or too little for you. And yeah, so that's why I have inserted sort nearest, the nearest wolf to the Endermite. And you have to insert also limit equals 1, because yeah, there could be more than one. And so I said modify the entity which is a wolf in a specific area, and in that way that the owner of that wolf is set from the entity which is a player, and we take or insert the UUID of that nearest player. So nearest player and distance of 2. So that means you can't have like an Endermite and place it 3 blocks away from the dog. That would not work. So you have to a little bit mindful. I will show you a little, yeah, I don't know if I should call it bug, but something you have to keep in mind. So before I now continue with the commands, I will read up on the chat if there's anything. I will break them in survival. See you, Conjura. Have a nice day. Bye bye. So now we have a look at the dog PETifyer, and now don't get scared. This looks like a really long command, but it actually isn't, because there's a lot of optical fluff. I will just, to make it easier, I will take this command, insert it here again, and now we are going to have a look at it one by one. So here I'm saying give, this is the give command for the Endermite Spawn Egg. So I'm saying here give at the nearest player who has game mode creative. You can of course change it and say, okay, I'm totally fine with my friends. They wouldn't do anything mean. They would not steal others' pets. Otherwise, yeah, you could also delete this part. I will leave it in for now. So give the player in game mode creative an Endermite Spawn Egg, and what comes here next we don't actually need. This is the display name. So It means if you look at the egg, it says dog and wolf PETifyer. And it's in italic, it's bold, it's underlined, it has different colors from either gray or dark gray, and that is fluff you don't necessarily need. It just makes it look a little bit nicer, but I want to show you basically the bare command. So then we also have lore. Lore is when you look at the egg, it says place close to your dog. So that's also a fluff you don't necessarily need. So we can delete this one. And then we are left with enchantments. And here you have a, whoops, here you have an empty brackets. This is just for the enchantment linked. So the spawn egg shall basically glimmer, more or less. And you don't necessarily have to have it. I like to have it so I can differentiate it also very fast from others. So you can, hypothetically, we don't need it. Now, entity tag, in the case, I say this just in the case of this Endermite, we don't necessarily need it. The silent tag, the custom name, and that it is visible. No AI, we don't necessarily need either. Excuse me just for 1 minute. I will be back in 2 minutes. Just hold on. And I'm back. I hope you can hear me. You made the bingo map? Not me. I thought it was somebody else in the past, the bingo map. So I hope those were only 2 minutes. Log on 111, exactly. I thought he made a new one. Because I saw Slime was playing it, right? So anyway, let's move on. No AI usually is recommended so it doesn't walk away or attacks you depending on what kind of entity it is. Hypothetically, in this case of the Endermite, we don't need it because of the next thing you see here. Lifetime 2400. Those are 2400 ticks, game ticks. So 1 second are 20. So this would be 120 seconds or 2 minutes. Means the lifetime of an Endermite is only 2 minutes, which means yeah, it basically gets deleted right away. When it is alive, it's basically already gone. It just is alive for a split second, you can say. And that means this is something that needs to be in there. And the next part is also important, the tag, PETifyer dog, because without this name, we cannot address it here with the execute at the Endermite with the tag PETifyer dog. The custom name we can also delete. Here is a squiggly bracket that goes up and okay. So, and the comma we don't need. So this is actually the bare naked command that you need. If you want to really trust your users, like I said, you shouldn't if you're unsure. Then you could also remove the game mode creative, so anyone who would push the button at the tool could basically get the Endermite Spawn Egg. So now I will take it into my copy paste and we will just test it. I will insert it here and I get an Endermite Spawn Egg that doesn't seem to do anything, right? You can see there is an Endermite getting spawned. Now I will test it at the living object. Do you belong to me? No, the blue dog does not belong to me. Now I will place this spawn egg here. And now the dog, as you can see, belongs to me. So you really don't need all the fluff that I have inserted into the command. It's just yeah, optical stuff, so that you see here it's shiny. You see when I go over the names, it says cat, dog, parrot, fox, PETifyer. If I open it and look at it, you see here as lore, place close to your according pet, fox, parrot, cat, and dog. So that's all stuff that looks nice, but you don't necessarily need it, and the simple command already suffices. And of course, accordingly, I'll just real quick add item back again. Here, accordingly, for the cats, we have here, instead of the name dog PETifyer, we have cat PETifyer. The Endermite itself has the tag PETifyer cat instead of PETifyer dog, and just completely different colors. So this is really all there is to it. Accordingly, the Endermite has a tag PETifyer cat that is executed then at the cat you want to change the owner to. And then I will show the fox. For the fox, we have a execute at the Endermite, which has the tag PETifyer fox, and we run again a data modify entity at the nearest fox with a distance of at maximum 2, a limit of 1. And here we don't have the owner, but trusted tag, and we don't say set from entity, but append. So we basically extend. It's a list. Unlike the owner can only be one, but here for the fox, it is a trusted is a list. So you can have several trusted players, and that's why you say append. So it will add it to the list of trusted players for the fox in that case. If you want to add it manually, it really depends, as I said before, what kind of Minecraft version you're in. Sometimes the name was owner, then it was owner UUID. It was a completely different integers, different strings, depending on the Minecraft version. So basically, here my Mojang account, Meri, I could also insert, hypothetically, here my player ID like this, if I know it. I showed you in the beginning how to get it. There are so many ways how you can do it. Also here in this case, if a notch is present, I can just simply say data modify entity, add the wolf, etc., nearest distance, blah blah, owner notch, and then it will basically make owner of a dog notch. So it really depends in what version you are. You can also have a execute as. Yeah, I think those should be possible. I'm not completely sure right now, but up down to 1.13, you should be able to get this going, that you can set the owner. Not with this tool, as I said, this is for 1.16 plus. For lower versions, I don't think there would be so many people that I should think up a different system for them, for let's say 1.13 to 1.16 or so, or for each of the versions where the owner UUID thing changed, because it was once at least between 1.13 and once or twice. Yeah, but I think that's all there is to that. The relative simple commands, like I said, there are other ways how you could do that. You could make it very individual. You could use scoreboards and whatnot. I don't know. But I think I've got so many requests, and although I usually make quite thorough tutorials, I still get quite often questions. Can you please explain this or that part again? I hope I made it as beginner friendly as possible. But if you have questions, of course, feel free to ask. And I will try to make a concise tutorial about how to get this tool into your world via a structure block and via a stacked command, and what it's used for. And after I did the PETifyer video, I plan to make the how to transfer online to offline player inventory, because if you swap a server from online to offline mode, because the players then have a different player ID, means their inventory will be gone, both player inventory as well as ender chest, and it's quite cumbersome usually to to get it done easily, but there are some ways how you can do it quite easily. You have to have access to the server files, but that's something I will explain to you then. Are there any questions for you, within you? Is there anything left to explain? Or was it somehow self-explanatory? I hope so. I have to go, but I didn't understand why you have the UUID issue. Thanks for being here. Just real quick, the UUID issue is because if servers want to go from online to offline, because Mojang accounts cannot play online anymore, so some by now go to offline mode. And of course, you should only go to offline mode if you know how to protect your server, or else anyone who can enter with any name, and if that name has operator rights, they can harm your world save beyond saving. Is it related to not wanting to use MS Auth or just upgrading? No, it's not for the Microsoft authentication. Currently, Mojang accounts can still authenticate with Mojang servers, but they can't enter online play anymore. If you want, you can have a look at my more recent videos. There are two which are about Open to LAN, and in the first video, it's explained how Open to LAN currently works. And in the more recent video, I show how to enter Open to LAN even if you are a Mojang account. So that should then explain it. But basically, you have a different UUID, player ID, if you change from online to offline. And that's why the pets won't recognize you anymore, and your player inventory and ender chest will be gone. So this is for the people who play on a multiplayer server, and the server decided to change from online to offline. Of course, also online mode servers can use it, but they use it differently. So I heard from some online servers who used my tools in the past as some sort of bonus for their trusted players, so that they can do some things that regular users can't do with my tools. Yeah, they can't join. They cannot join, yes. And that's why I want to facilitate if server owners have the issue, instead of having an operator going over maybe dozens, hundreds of pets to assign them to their rightful owner, which have a different player UUID. Yeah, with that tool, it's a little bit silly. As I said, some people say, yeah, just kill off the pets and spawn new ones, but I personally couldn't do that. So, and I know there are also others who say no, they can't just simply kill off their Minecraft pets, even though they are just bits and bytes and pixels. Yeah, that's it, I think. Thank you very much for joining in. I don't know when I will be streaming again. I'm very busy in real life. And yeah, but we will see. I will try to upload a release and tutorial video when I'm done with the finished PETifyer. Yeah, that's it. Nice stream. See you later. Thanks for the stream. I thank you very much for joining in, and I wish you a wonderful Sunday, if it's still Sunday for you in your time zone, and of course also a beautiful new week. Take care. Bye, bye, bye. Bye, bye, bye. Bye, bye, bye. So let's see, how do I end the stream? Where is OBS? Bye, bye. Bye, bye.